I want to talk just with a woman named Noya who was here when the missile landed. Noya, thank you for speaking with us. We're glad that you're okay. Can you just tell us what you heard, what this experience was like?
Since yesterday, we're keep on getting notes that something is about. Sorry, I'm a bit chicken. That something is about to happen, and then 10 minutes before the blast, we got a notification we have to go to some kind of gold facility. We entered. The bombing was so big that it came through the building. Good thing we were in Ramad. One floor got flooded with water, another floor got burned. People didn't escape their houses. We all went to the facility downstairs and just waiting for the news. Everything is broken, kids got hurt.
What did it sound like? What did it feel like when the blast happened?
It's more than a feeling, it's more than a hearing. Your entire body feels it.
And were you scared? How were you feeling at this moment?
When it happens, me specifically, I'm not scared. I'm acting. I'm doing whatever it takes now. Everything is I can feel it.
Thank you. We're so glad that you're okay.
So just the kids, if you need anything,
And Will, you can see here some of the crews that are just starting to clean this area where a lot of glass exploded into the sidewalk. There are crews all around here, Will, and they are checking to make sure the identities of people match with the list that they have for those that live around this area. And I'm just going to walk with you here, and we're going to go to the other side. This is a very centrally located position in Israel, quite close to Israel's version of the Pentagon, the Kiryat. And these first responders are on scene right now, first of all, to make sure that there are no casualties. As that woman said, as she was coming out of the building, one floor was flooded, and another floor completely exploded. The second thing that they're doing is just ensuring that there are no people who are currently unaccounted for. We saw one of these ballistic missiles slamming into this location. It's just about 15 minutes away from where we were reporting earlier. But you see all of the glass here on the sidewalk. This is a very densely populated area of the city, Will, and this is one of what we understand to be multiple impact locations in central Israel, and there are reports of serious injuries at other locations, people evacuated to local hospitals following this Iranian ballistic missile attack. Will?
Trey, sadly, I'm sure that's the case. I'm sure it's unavoidable there are serious injuries when you see a missile strike like that we just saw in Israel. On our screens just a moment ago were several children where you are located. Can you give us any update on the casualties in your area? Is everyone okay where you're reporting from currently?
We understand that in this centrally located part of Tel Aviv, there are a number of light injuries. We simply don't have the final numbers, though, Will, so I want to wait on that. There are still crews that are rushing into these buildings, and that woman, Noya, that we just spoke to, she said there was an explosion so loud it rocked the building. We talked to her just off camera beforehand, and one of the floors was completely destroyed. And so it's unclear if she's talking about a residential building or a commercial building in this area. But part of the reason that you see so many of these emergency crews off in the distance is that they are going into all of these structures to, A, ensure that no one was killed or injured, but B, just make sure that everyone is accounted for. We do have a little bit more information that is coming in, and I just want to read it to you as we talk here. There is going to be, and I want to get this confirmation from my producer, so just give me 1 second, Will. I'm going to ask her a question. Can you give me the casualty update on Ramat Aviv?
Yeah.
It appears that there is one very serious injury, two very serious injuries in Ramat Aviv. And as we gather more information about this, Will, the Israelis are very careful about the information that they're putting out and also the locations. We have some additional information on what was hit in Tel Aviv, and I don't want to release it quite yet because there is concern that the Iranians could be launching more missile attacks later tonight. Will?
On that note, Trey, it's 11:30 p.m., I believe, right now in Tel Aviv. We can see you on the street, several other people around you. The streets seem crowded at the moment. I don't know what the skies are like right now above Tel Aviv, but if the sirens go off, in the way that city is built, is there some place for you and everyone else we see on the street to find shelter?
Yeah, absolutely. In this part of Tel Aviv, it is so densely populated. There are high-rise apartment buildings, and like I said, we're very close to Israel's version of the Pentagon, the Kiryat, which is centrally located. And so if sirens do go off again, we will get a heads up from the Army, probably about 10 minutes as the missiles are incoming, and then at which point we would be able to get to shelter. As for this area, again, they're trying to survey it and just understand just the extent of the damage and who was injured and who is still unaccounted for. We're trying to confirm some of the information that we're getting from a location called Ramat Aviv, just outside of Tel Aviv, to determine exactly how many people were injured and the extent of their injuries. And I'm sure my producer is going to text me that here in a moment. But as we move forward, the real question is if the Israelis are going to immediately strike. Just walk with me here. Guys, we see what appears to be someone who may have been injured. Oh, it's a very elderly lady. She seems she's okay. But these images, they speak for themselves. Well, I'll just give you a moment here. It's images like that will prompt the Israelis to launch an even heavier response against the Iranian regime. Elderly women, children, as you saw earlier. This is a civilian area. Back during the previous missile attacks that took place when Iran targeted Israel in April of last year and in October of last year, they focused their response on military facilities. They targeted Israeli bases. We saw damage to runways. And there was one casualty, and that was in the West Bank. What we saw tonight, substantially different. And it's not surprising, given the fact that overnight the Israelis targeted the Iranian nuclear facilities, they killed Iranian scientists, and they took out the head of Iran's IRGC, Hussein Salami. Will, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Trey. We'll check in a little bit there.